The season is ebbing away and we continue to fall behind Bournemouth and Sheffield United. We're really running out of time to secure one of those two automatic promotion places. This is episode 61 of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory career mode here on EAFC 24. Let's get into it. So the standard slate of 3 games to get to in today's episode. We're going to begin with a home game against Cardiff City. That's going to be the game that we play for today. That will round out March. And then we will quick sim games against Hull City and Sunderland to get us started in April. Only 2 episodes to go after that before we bring the season to an end. The regular season anyway. We may well be a playoff team at that point. So the season may continue. This is the squad that we're going to go with. We're going to continue testing out that 3-1-4-2 formation. And it's pretty much the strongest 11 that we have available. I've made a switch in central midfield. Alex Lowry and Matthew Garbutt just switching sides. Alex Lowry planning to take more of a free role in today's game. But we're not going to waste too much time at the beginning of today's episode. We're just going to get straight into it. Not even a press conference to jump into. So we are just going to head straight over to Redmont Arena and face Cardiff City at home. So 3 points key in today's game, as they have been in all recent games, to be honest. We had a big win over Bournemouth a couple of episodes ago. Failed to beat West Brom at home, settling for a 0-0 draw against fellow playoff rivals. And it is very much looking like, we've said it in the last episodes, the last handful of episodes really, very much looking like we're going to have to resign ourselves to a playoff place for this season. I would have been happy with that at the beginning of the season. If you had offered me a playoff place, I would have taken it. But we spent so much of the season up around the top 2 places, if not in second and even in first, that finishing as a playoff team feels a bit more like a failure now. And those are the high expectations that we've immediately set for ourselves here in the Championship. So continue to see what this 3-1-4-2 formation can do for us. It has made us more aggressive, more dominant in possession. It has given us a lot more time on the ball in the opposition half, which is what it was intended to do. It's not really resulted in a massive increase in the number of goals that we've scored, though. Good high pressing from Samson Tavide there. Can't release the ball to Josh Sargent to get a quick counter-attack on the go, though. And again, we win the ball back. Jamie Shackleton it is this time, giving the ball away, though. So Alex Lowry's going to take up a bit more of a free role in midfield today. He's been a really disappointing signing so far. We brought him in the summer with the intention of being a true kind of creative midfielder, that player that we think can kind of unlock the defences that we face. Good run from Josh Sargent just to distract the Cardiff defence so Samson Tavide can shoot. Couldn't get the shot off though. Alex Lowry has really failed to make much of an impact at all at Redmont. Great ball from Josh Sargent over to Josh Key. Alex Lowry puts one in there. That's him taking up a position in that free role that he probably wouldn't have in the last couple of games. So yeah, we're just trying to find ways to utilise Alex Lowry a little bit better. He does have those 5 play styles that I don't think I'm taking advantage of at the moment. And we are still looking to refine the nuances really of this system. We've got 2 central midfielders there, as well as Jamie Shackleton at CDM. So there's a couple of different ways we can approach how we utilise those central midfielders. And it's the same with the strikers. Although with kick and rush, I think we are a little more restricted in what we can do with our strikers. I believe we do have to set them both to target player, just as the restrictions of that tactical vision. However, we can dictate how we utilise them in games with manual runs and things like that. Nice ball into the box, but Samson Tavide can't quite get his head on it. Cardiff City barely ventured into our half yet. Looks like they're going to be able to for the first time here, though. Jesse Cartwright comes over to try and put an end to the attack. Neither he nor Barley Mumba's managed to get a foot in just yet, though. And it's going to be up to Matthew Garbett to take over. He does manage to get a foot in. So Matthew Garbett, not a player we tend to rely on defensively very often, but he's done the job there. I've liked the positions that Alex Lowry's taken up already in the game so far. Oh, well worked from Redmont down that left-hand side. Matthew Garbett just misplacing his pass there, though. Barley Mumba made a good run in behind. Josh Sargent continues up front. He's made a really good start to his Redmont Rangers career. And here's Alex Lowry again, taking up a fairly unique position in midfield there. Can he get a shot off? He can't quite make enough room to get a shot off, but he's been all over the field in these opening 15 minutes or so. So I think potentially setting him to a free roll is going to be the way to go. Potentially we were just restricting him a little too much previously, and that's why we weren't getting the best out of him. Potentially giving him the freedom to contribute to the attack in whatever way he sees fit is going to unlock his ability a little bit more. Jamie Shackleton it is on the ball this time, though. Alex Lowry is square. He's going to have space to shoot this time if he wants to. Just tries to go around the Cardiff City defender. Pulls it back across goal. Josh Sargent can't turn it goalwards, though. Decent start to the game. We've had Cardiff City pretty much under wraps. We've had the ball at our feet for a significant portion of this first half. And we've had the ball in the Cardiff City half for a significant portion. Poor pass from Caleb Taylor, though, invites pressure. Ojo down the Cardiff City right, in some space to cross. Doesn't put the ball in just yet, though. Instead, he takes on Barley Mumba, who puts in a foot and does manage to make the challenge. Ball goes out for a Cardiff City corner. First real pressure of the game for Cardiff City. And we'll see if we can deal with this corner. Plenty of players around the 6-yard box. That is where the corner ends up going. And it was claimed comfortably by Nathan Baxter. He wanted to get an attack started nice and quickly, but we just didn't have the bodies forward. Josh Key picks up the ball in a good area, though. 2 Cardiff City defenders for company. Just has to recycle. Another really poor misplaced pass from Caleb Taylor. Simple pass to Jesse Cartwright was on, but he couldn't find his fellow centre-back. Jamie Shackleton continues to impress in midfield. I wouldn't mind at all bringing him in on a permanent deal next year, regardless of whether we get promoted to the Premier League or not. There's got to be a foul on Barley Mumba, and it looks like he's injured. He was back on his feet, but it's gone back down. It's going to be a red card. I was just about to say it's going to be a yellow card here for the Cardiff City man, but actually the referee produces a red. Potentially Barley Mumba going back down there has given him the time to think about it, the referee. And what I anticipated to just be a yellow card actually turns out to be red. Ordinarily, if the referee is going to send somebody off, he does it immediately. But there was a bit of a pause there between the foul taking place, Barley Mumba going down, and then the referee producing the card. So Cardiff City down to 10 men. Barley Mumba actually looks like he's run off that injury already as well. He did have that injury designation for a moment, but... Well, Jamie Shackleton with some space to shoot, drives towards goal, and it's a good save by the Cardiff City goalkeeper. I think that might be our first shot on target, and it comes half an hour into the game. It's a good one from Jamie Shackleton. He's not been in a position to score too many times this season, And we're not exactly relying on him for goals. Caleb Taylor wins the header. Headed away by the Cardiff City defender, though. It looked like the goalkeeper potentially was in position to claim that. Jamie Shackleton lifts it back into the box. Looks like it's blocked by the arm of the Cardiff City defender as the assistant referee does wave. And it's blocked and out for another corner, which again Jamie Shackleton will take. I'm going to look for Barley Mumba on the edge of the box here. And Jamie Shackleton doesn't manage to find him. Cardiff City player was a little closer to the ball there than I thought. Or a little closer to Barley Mumba than I thought. And again, Cardiff City deal with the ball into the box well, and they come away with it. Bit of a quiet game so far then, but now that Cardiff are down to 10 men, I think we do need to start trying to impose ourselves a little more. Great challenge from Jesse Cartwright. And Matthew Garbutt comes away with it, switches the play to Josh Key. Jamie Shackleton again picks the ball up. Big switch of play back over to Barley Mumba on the left. Cardiff City defending very deep now. It's probably going to be the case for the remainder of the game. I imagine they're going to be happy just to get a draw from this game now. Really well worked down the left-hand side. Barley Mumba tries pulling back to Samson Tavide. But again, Cardiff City deal with it. Just going to whip it in with Jamie Shackleton this time. We're going to make a run towards the near post, though. And try and get Josh Sargent on it. I think it was the Cardiff City player who got his head to the ball ahead of Josh Sargent. Either way, the goalkeeper collects without too much difficulty. And already we're back in possession, though. Alex Lowry releasing Josh Key down this right-hand side. It's not too much on ahead of him, although we've got two strikers. Cardiff City are still outnumbering us at the back. Alex Lowry pressing high, though, does manage to win the ball back. Oh, and he can't release Josh Sargent before the Cardiff City defender gets a foot in. It's a really good recovery by the Cardiff City man. Again, we press high with Josh Sargent and Samson Tavide. Josh Sargent nicks it away this time. Tavide is on his left. And Josh Sargent hits the bar. Really good run of Samson Tavide just to hold that Cardiff City defender and prevent him from coming over to meet Josh Sargent. If he did make that decision, we would have just squared it to Tavide. But the defender backed off and backed off. Josh Sargent got away the shot, but it cracks against the bar. Should be 1-0 up here. You would think we're going to have more opportunities before the game is all finished to grab that lead, but should have the lead already. Can't afford to squander too many chances. Cardiff City will defend deep, and they probably will defend well. Not been too bad so far, Cardiff. We haven't had too many clear-cut chances on goal. That one for Josh Sargent just a moment ago being the most clear-cut opportunity we've had by far. Well worked from Cardiff City down the left. Josh Key's going to have to put a stop to this attack before it gets any further, and he manages to do just that. Comes away with it on the right-hand side as well. Alex Lowry wants the ball. Josh Sargent misses him. Oh, Samson Tavide taking a risk there, just trying to gamble on where the Cardiff man was going to go with it. It's Barley Mumba out to defend this time, and it's another good challenge. Barley Mumba and Josh Key both doing really well to drop back in and defend when Cardiff City do get the ball. And it is half-time, 0-0. Cardiff City down to 10 men, though. So it might be on us to get on the front foot more in that second half. And really try and push for this goal to go ahead. We don't want to leave ourselves exposed at the back, obviously, but we do need to try and take advantage of this situation. Cardiff City have actually had more possession. It's not felt that way at all because they've done almost nothing with it. But I think we're going to step up into our attacking game plan to begin this second half. It is again 3-1-4-2, just with slightly more aggressive instructions. and tactics. So we'll be a little more direct. Try and build up a little quicker. Oh, really good move. Switching the play all the way over to Josh Key. Couldn't lay it off for Josh Sargent to get the shot away on the edge of the box, though. I think being up against a side that are not only weaker than us, but that are also down to 10 men, this is an opportunity that's too good to squander. We have to make sure that we win this game. Alex Lowry trying to do just that, but the shot goes straight at the goalkeeper. He's been very good today, though, Alex Lowry. I think giving him that free roll has really unlocked him. He's taken up positions on the left, on the right, on the edge of the box. Everywhere, really. And we've got a free kick on the edge of the box. This could be dangerous. Josh Sargent has the ball currently. Might just see if we've got a better taker than Josh Sargent, though. I imagine he's got power. I'm not sure he's the most accurate free kick taker. Although he might be our most accurate. He is our most accurate free kick taker with 58 free kick accuracy. Josh Sargent, our best free kick taker. That is depressing. So we're going to try and put it in that top corner and just curl it off the shoulder of the man in the wall. He does just that, and it's a good save by the goalkeeper. Managing to hold on to it as well as make the save. It was a good effort from Josh Sargent. Better than the free kick attempts we've had in the past, that's for sure. Oh, and Cardiff City are in on goal. Caleb Taylor trying to get back. He did just enough to rush the Cardiff City striker into an early shot from the edge of the box and just scuffed away to the left. That's exactly what we need to ward against, though. Just making sure we don't leave ourselves open and exposed at the back to allow Cardiff City to get in and nick a goal. Nicely worked from Josh Sargent. Cross towards Alex Lowry at the back post. I think he might be offside, and he is. Decent header towards goal. Good save from the Cardiff City goalkeeper, but Alex Lowry in an offside position. Another good attacking position taken up by Alex Lowry there, though. Inside the penalty area this time. He really has been all over the place. And Barley Mumba picks the ball up. Josh Sargent to his right. Josh Key is outside him. Ball through to Matthew Garbutt. Can he get a shot off? He can't. Potentially just needed to take that first time. I wanted to just take one touch to just set the shot and then fire towards goal. Alex Lowry with a great ball over to Matthew Garbutt. I'm not sure he's going to have the pace rather to get there, though. We really are piling on the pressure now. Winning the ball back from Cardiff early and often. And launching forward into quick counter-attacks. Samson Tavide trying to do the same again there. Matthew Garbutt not managing to win it back in midfield either. And Jesse Cartwright's going to have to come across. Deals with it well. Josh Key. Barley Mumba's in space on this left-hand side if he can find him, which he has. Again, he's going to cut inside. That's where the space is. Laid off to Josh Key on the right-hand side. He's just going to cut inside and take a shot with his left foot. It's not a bad one. It's his weaker foot, though. Maybe there were better options on there. He had a run of Matthew Garbutt outside of him. He had Barley Mumba just inside, but, I mean, that's not a bad shot to take on. And it was actually very, very close. The goalkeeper wouldn't have got there if it was on target. And I think we're going to have to take Samson Tavide off in just a moment. Barley Mumba, though, has won the ball back. Josh Sargent lays it off for Josh Key. Can he right his wrong? He can. Josh Key with the miss just moments ago. But he does have his goal. And it's 1-0 Redmont Rangers. Another case where we win the ball back high up the pitch. Pressing Cardiff City. And Josh Sargent Laid it off for Josh Key, who was still high up the pitch from the last attack. And he makes no mistake this time. Smashing the ball with his stronger right foot and burying it in the far corner. Nothing the goalkeeper can do about it. And it is 1-0 Redmont Rangers. And if we are sensible in this last, half an hour or so, it should be 3 points for Redmont Rangers as well. Tavide is going to come off for Gardner. I'm going to bring Alex Lowry off for Alex Petit. Lowry been very good today, though. Very impressed with his performance. It's much more what I was expecting to see when I signed him. Cardiff looking to get in and equalise straight away, though. Caleb Taylor giving away the free kick in a fairly dangerous area. Cardiff City put it into the box. Burke Rees is there. Can't win the header, but Nathan Baxter does claim. Dropping back into our standard game plan for the last half an hour or so. We do have the lead. We don't need to push too hard for a second. Alex Petit coming in centre midfield as well. Oh, poor pass from Burke Rees. Looking for Barley Mumba on the left, but just puts it out of play. Keona Tate coming on. He was a player that we had our eye on very early in the series. Kind of around Season 1 into Season 2. We've developed and progressed as a team since then, though, and not a target anymore. Calibre of player that we're looking at now is a bit higher than Keona Tate. Well won up the field again. Gardner comes away with it. Petit could do with making a run outside of him. Josh Key does just that, though. Whips it into the box, looking for Josh Sargent. Wins the header. But it's straight at the Cardiff City goalkeeper. Really good cross from Josh Key. Put it right on Josh Sargent's head. And again, we win the ball back early. Alex Petit trying to cut inside. There's a lot of Cardiff City defenders in the area, though. Josh Key looking for a second goal. He's going to get the shot off. He's getting straight at the goalkeeper. I don't think Josh Key has ever scored 2 goals in a game. He almost did there. He's putting a really good attacking performance today, Josh Key. Oh, and that's a loose touch by the Cardiff City man. It's equally loose by Burke Rees, though. He was gifted the ball by the Cardiff City man. And gifted it right back. Good challenge, Matthew Garbett. Freddie Gardner back in defence as well. Putting in his shift for the team defensively. Caleb Taylor's going to have to be careful as the Cardiff City man skirts around the penalty area. What a ball in. What a ball in, and it's 1-1. And it's the man that we said isn't good enough for us anymore, Keona Tate, who scores. The big number 9 for Cardiff. We had numerous opportunities to deal with that, and we just didn't. The ball across the 6-yard box is a really, really good one. Jesse Cartwright left it, but Rees tried to get there, as did Nathan Baxter. But it's the Cardiff City striker who gets to the ball first and equalises for the away side. So we're going to have to press again for the lead. Very disappointed to concede. Especially since we should have scored 3 goals today, really. Cardiff City just back off and back off. Barley Mumba strikes. Cardiff City defenders just showed no interest in challenging Barley Mumba there. And it's actually a goal kick somehow. How is that a goal kick? The goalkeeper parried that away, did he not? That's what I saw. Freddie Gardner from range this time. Beaten away by the goalkeeper. Barley Mumba pulls it back. Gardner again strikes. Blocked this time by Cardiff. Highland on the pressure now. Jesse Cartwright intercepts high up the field. Josh Key with the ball at his feet. Yet again in an attacking position. Josh Sargent in a bit of space. We want Josh Sargent in the box, really. Not collecting the ball in a space to cross. Oh, and that's a bad pass. Josh Key just about keeps it in, though. Drives towards the penalty area. Pulls it back for Freddie Gardner. Can he get his shot off? He can't this time. Freddie Gardner in a position to score on 3 separate occasions there. And Alex Petit just crowded out as he tried to find a pass. Is this going to be yet another draw? We've hardly lost a game in the last few months, but we've just drawn so many. It's been point after point after point. Alex Petit this time driving at Cardiff City down the left-hand side. Barley Mumba's inside him. Alex Petit does manage to find Barley Mumba. It's Matthew Garbett. It's into Josh Key. Again, looking for his second goal of the game. Can't get a shot off. Into the last 10 minutes or so. Really could do with finding a winner here against 10-man Cardiff City. We're going to make another couple of changes to try and get that done. Jamie Shackleton could come off for Lewis Baker. Brendan Clark is going to come on for Barley Mumba. Just trying to get some fresh legs and a bit of pace onto the field. Good challenge, Caleb Taylor. Can Josh Sargent get there? He can't. Again, split the defence. But Grisha in a bit of space on the left. He has Brendan Clark ahead of him. It's the fresh legs and the pace that we just brought on. It's a heavy touch, though. Poor close control from Brendan Clark. He is a young player. He's still a bit raw and unrefined in those aspects of his game. It's got to be a free kick. Thought there might be a handball in there. Don't get lucky this time, though. And we really need to be careful not to give the game away completely here to Cardiff City. Jesse Cartwright trying to stop that from happening. He's not managed to do that, though, and Cardiff City do steal it. They steal it at the death. Keanu Tate, I should have kept my mouth shut. The second he came on the pitch, I said, he's not good enough for us. We've moved on from him as a target. And he's made me eat my words by scoring 2 goals and winning the game for 10-man Cardiff City. Jesse Cartwright furious. Nathan Baxter can't believe it. Both of them had their chances to do something about it, though. Jesse Cartwright should have won the ball. I mean, it's a good finish. There's not too much Nathan Baxter can do about it in that situation, but Jesse Cartwright, at the very least, had the opportunity to win the ball back there. And it's Keanu Tate who's absolutely turned this game on its head. And we're just going to have to go into our ultra-attacking game plan here and run the ball directly out of play. Nice work, Brendan Clark. Nice work. Really good. So we're going to have to try and salvage a point. I said we've hardly lost a game in the last couple of months as well. I've jinxed myself in 2 separate ways over the course of this episode. And Cardiff City could make it 3. Is it going to be a Keanu Tate hat-trick? Nathan Baxter prevents that from happening at the very least. Right, there's a minute to go and we're 2-1 down to 10-man Cardiff. Josh Key, does he have the pace to outrun Robinson on the left-hand side rather than his more favoured right? Brendan Clark picks up the ball. Alex Petit is ahead of him. Freddie Gardner making a decent run through the middle there. Alex Petit in towards the penalty area. And he grabs a point. Thank God for that, Alex Petit. It should be a win. It should be a comfortable win. But Alex Petit salvages a point at the very least. Now it's the turn of the Cardiff City defenders to drop their heads in frustration. Alex Petit driving at the defence. Gets his shot off. Buries it. Just inside the post. We should not have to be reliant on an Alex Petit goal in injury time to get a point against 10-man Cardiff. Right, that's exactly what's happened here. Oh, and Alex Petit could be in for another. Tries to cross the ball. Is that a corner or a goal kick? Looks like the Cardiff man got the last touch. 5 minutes of extra time. Alex Petit's going to put the cross in. It's towards Josh Sargent at the back post. Can't quite win the header. Lewis Baker's on the edge of the box. Owen strikes and scores a wonder goal, and Lewis Baker's won it. An unbelievable end to the game. We were 1-0 up with about an hour gone. Cardiff City pulled it back 1-1, then took the lead 2-1. 2 goals in as many minutes for Redmont Rangers by 2 substitutes. Both burying the ball into that right-hand corner of the net. And it's going to be 3 points after all. An unbelievable finish to this game. There must be a minute, maybe 2 left of that stoppage time. Potentially a little more added due to the celebrations late on here. Our Matthew Garbutt does really well to win the ball back, and the referee blows his whistle. How we have won this game, I do not know. If we had lost, I would have been saying the exact opposite. How we'd lost the game, I would not know. We made it far more difficult for ourselves than we needed to, but somehow we have come away with the 3 points. Lewis Baker, the hero, after Alex Petit equalises late in the game there. I want to check the timestamps for those goals. Let's check the match facts quickly first. 52% to Cardiff in the end. Only 4 shots. They scored 2 of them. We had 15 shots. Let's have a look at the match facts and just go to events. So we had a goal from Josh Key in the 62nd minute. So over an hour into the game, and there were 5 goals in the remaining half an hour. Atete comes on in the 65th minute, scores in the 73rd, puts his side ahead in the 86th minute. Alex Petit equalises in the 90th. And then Lewis Baker, it's probably about the 92nd, 93rd where he scored. So 3 goals in the last 4 minutes of the game plus stoppage time. Incredible. Bournemouth won, Sheffield United won. So Watford lost though. Fellow playoff team who are in the hunt for the top playoff spot, 3rd. I'm not sure it really matters where we finish in the playoffs, to be honest. Obviously 3rd place 6th, 4th place 5th, but I'm not sure who I would prefer to play. West Brom gave us some issues when we played them last. Watford do currently sit in 5th, and then Bristol City sit in 6th. Bristol City, if I could choose, probably would be the team I would choose to play. Luton Town are level on points with Bristol City as well, though. So either of those teams could well get the 6th place. Sunderland, very much in with a shout as well. Even Swansea City with a game in hand. Even down as far as Preston, you would say, still could potentially make the playoffs. So an unbelievable win and 3 points to start the episode. We haven't really gained on Bournemouth or Sheffield United since they both did win their games, but we at least did what we needed to do and got our 3 points. Couple of more scouting reports coming in here for some goalkeepers. I have added a couple to the transfer shortlist who I do like the look of, so we'll go over those towards the end of the season, possibly in the next episode, possibly in the last episode of the season. We do still have that money to spend on a goalkeeper or a striker or probably a centre midfielder will be the most likely. This guy looks very good. 72 overall at 19 years old and 6'5". Couple of play styles in there as well. Luca Morrow was a guy we had on loan early in the series. Probably not going to bring him back. Amin Sarr looks good, particularly if we go up to the Premier League. Probably a little too good and a little too expensive if we stay in the Championship, but looks like a decent Premier League option. This guy's finishing is not good enough to be of any interest. Looking for a bit more pace up front, really. Jan Scherpner looks good. 74 3 play styles, 70 defending, 83 physical. He's worth adding to the shortlist and taking a closer look at. Real Madrid would like us to manage their club. The height of realism. The series based heavily on realism, trying to make this as realistic as possible. So we'll accept this offer from Real Madrid to take over their club, shall we? No, I think we'll reject that. Never seen that before. Real Madrid coming to poach a championship manager, and not even a championship manager who's, you know, walking the league. It's not even like we're top of the league and running away with it. We're in third right now and we can't catch up the top two. But yeah, they want us to manage the biggest club in the world. A couple decent Ukrainian players there to add to the youth academy. I'll give you an update on the youth academy shortly as well, because I've added 1 or 2 players there off camera between episodes who look really, really good. We've got a really good right back in there who looks like he could be a future star for Redmont. Looks like potentially the next Jesse Cartwright, I would say. So a couple games to quick sim just to finish up this episode here. One is against Hull City. So let's jump into that. Same 11. Strongest 11 every week at this stage of the season. We only managed to get a draw. Don't see results in there for Sheffield United or Bournemouth, but
some questions regarding the match.
I don't think we're catching them at this point anyway. I feel like I say it every episode. And we have one more game left to quick sim against Sunderland, who were in the playoffs last time we looked. They weren't in the playoffs last time we looked. Actually, they dropped a little short. They've got a game in hand, though. They could get close to the playoffs with a win over us. Obviously, we're looking to prevent that from happening. Same 11. We might rotate it a little bit for this game. So Lowry can come out for... Let's put Petit in centre midfield. Gardner can get a start up front. I'm going to put in a couple... I'm just going to rotate the 11, to be honest. We're not catching up. We're not making those automatic promotion places. So let's put a couple of players in who don't usually get to play. And we'll hopefully keep their morale up a little bit by them getting some game time. One last game against Sunderland here then to round out the episode. It's a 4-1 defeat. Wow, so Eli just comes on, or comes in rather, and scores. But we're absolutely smashed by Sunderland. Watford also lose to Norwich. So the playoff places could well be narrowing a little bit there. We can't win every week. We do finally lose. It was quite a long unbeaten run. I think it's about 12 games. But again, so many of those were draws rather than wins. So we will take one last look at the standings and at the calendar to round out the episode. Bournemouth do not continue to sit in first. Sheffield United have taken first place from Bournemouth for the first time this season. 91 points for Sheffield now. Bournemouth sit on 90. And then we are 14 points behind. So we've really dropped off the pace. Bournemouth and Sheffield absolutely rampant at the top of the table there. Sheffield United taken top spot, even though they've actually won fewer games than Bournemouth. That's interesting. We sit in third on 76. West Brom match our points tally on 76. Watford on 69. Luton Town on 65. So can we reasonably drop out of the playoffs at this stage of the season? 7th place Sunderland are on 64. So we are 12 points ahead of Sunderland with 6 games to go. So it's extremely unlikely, but it certainly is possible. 2 episodes left to go. 6 games left, so that makes 2 episodes. Blackburn, Huddersfield, and Plymouth Argyle in the next episode. We probably might as well just play our home game against Huddersfield. It's always good to play at Redmont Arena. So those will be the 3 we take on in the next episode. Just trying to make sure we get a playoff spot now, and preferably we'd get 3rd rather than 4th, so we get theoretically the worst of the remaining 3 teams. So we'll look forward to that in the next episode. Hope to see you there. Take it easy.